At the border, the biggest and potentially deadliest divide in Syria. Coming in from Lebanon, Syrians who fled the war and the Assads, desperate to get home. In the opposite direction, Syrians desperate to get out, families who fear they'll be singled out for revenge. Some because their religious sect supported the former regime, or because the men fought for Bashar al-Assad. Ali read out a Facebook post from a small militia swearing vengeance. So is this such a threat that you want to take your family out to Lebanon? You're worried about your lives?
Yes, sure. The kids, my wife, I'm afraid for them. That's why I'm taking them out to Lebanon.
Violence consumed Iraq and Libya after their dictators. Their fear is the same for Syria. It's not just about the legacy of the war, it's about the legacy of more than half a century of dictatorship. These are people, and there are thousands more coming down the road, who don't feel safe in the new Syria. And going in the opposite direction are all those who just want to get home. The duty-free shop, once a favorite of those the regime had made rich, has been looted and destroyed. Islamist anger at a decadent regime. We drove on to Damascus. The rebels took Syria as Assad's army faded away, but the country's still under fire. To stop Islamist rebels taking over Syria's abandoned military infrastructure across the country, Israel's bombing it to pieces, and not far from this road, taking more Syrian land for what it calls a buffer zone. So far, Damascus is mostly calm, but here someone tried to burn down a mobile phone shop, already looted, from a chain named after Bashar al-Assad's British-born wife. The family earned billions from its control of telecoms, as millions of Syrians starved. The firemen have been talking to Syria's new rulers. He said they're going to cooperate. We don't know our destiny, but God willing, it will be good. Next stop was Meza 86, a poor district named after a notorious regime military unit. It was a stronghold of Assad supporters until they bolted the same night Bashar did, as a relieved and happy Safa al-Safadi told me.
When we woke up with the sound of gunfire and smoke, we saw their weapons and their uniforms thrown away in the streets.
Safa said the rebel fighters took the weapons and showed me the uniforms thrown onto the street's rubbish dump and into the dustbin of history, like the dictatorship. Bashar al-Assad. This area used to be full of posters of Bashar and his father because it was a center of loyalists from his own Alawite community. A lot of the guys who lived around here supported their families by carrying guns for the regime. They were in the security, in the mukhabarat, the intelligence, or they were in the military. And now, like him, they've gone. Jeremy Bowen, BBC News, Damascus.